Hi, I'm Bill Cook. This is Bill Cooks. Today I'm making a couple of zombie recipes. Not the drink, and not like horror food or things. I'm talking about bringing things back from the dead. Kind of zombies, you know, walk amongst us sort of things. There are two things in this world that are no longer with us. And today we're going to bring them back. I don't know if you can guess what they are, but there's some clues here. And, you know, the title of the video should help quite a bit. Fast food. Love-hate thing. I hate that I love it. I love that I hate it as well. So don't eat that much fast food, but there's a couple of things I'm like, yeah, I can be tempted with that. And two of those things were from Taco Bell. They were the Mexican pizza and the Meximelt. I love both of those, and they're no longer with us. So they're dead recipes, and I'm going to bring them back to life. Therefore, zombies. Get it? Ha! Anyways, they're pretty simple. I mean, the thing about Taco Bell is that they only have like 5 ingredients, and everything they make uses those same 5 ingredients. Why they can't keep these things around? Well, you know, they're a little complex as far as you make them, as how you make them, the equipment and things like that. So they streamlined the operations, and COVID took the last of it as they had to just pump out burritos and tacos. So the Mexican pizza went bye-bye. The Meximelt had gone away a few years ago, and I miss both of them dearly. So I'm going to show you how to make them. Make them at home. Not that hard. It's not that hard if you have everything already available. So refried beans, tortillas, Pico De Gallo, some tomatoes, cilantro, some green onions. I have hot oil going over here, and we have taco meat back here cooking away, doing lovely. That looks amazing. I think it's ready to go. Boom. Okay, so we have everything we need. For the pizza, we're going to start with the pizza. The Meximelt's easy. The Meximelt requires a steamer. I'm going to show you how to make one. The Mexican pizza. This originally, it's like, was it on the corn tortilla or the flour tortilla? Because it was always covered in stuff. Pretty sure it was the flour tortilla. You know, they looked, you know, like a flour tortilla. So we're going to use flour tortillas. We're going to fry them. I've seen a couple people say you can bake them. This is what you get when you bake them, and it's, don't. That's pretty gross. Don't do that. So we're going to fry them, because frying's better. Now, you see a lot of recipes, people doing fast food items, and they're like, yes, but we can do it better. This isn't about better. This is about remembering how that flavor was and being able to duplicate it at home easy. The point of fast food was that you went down there, 10 minutes later, you were, well, Taco Bell. 35 minutes later, you came home with the item. I mean, it was probably stone cold and made wrong. It cost too much, but it was just simple. So we're going to keep this simple. Nothing too terribly complicated. These are canned beans. You really think Taco Bell was doing better than canned beans? Come on. The meat, I will show you how the meat is made right now. Here we have a pound of ground beef that's been browned, and the grease has all been drained off. I've added a couple scoops of salsa and some chili powder, but in goes 3/4 cup of water and a packet of the McCormick's taco seasoning. This is not exactly the Taco Bell flavor, but it's really, really close. And it's super easy to make. Now just put that in, incorporate it, let it sit for a little while, mix it up real good, and you've basically got yourself some taco meat. Okay, so that is basically the way they used to make their meat, sort of. Fun fact, my very first restaurant job was at a Taco Bell. We used to serve dinosaur tacos back then because I'm really old. It's a joke. But no, seriously, I did work at a Taco Bell. They predated both the Mexican pizza and the Meximelt. So I have no first-hand knowledge of how they actually produce these items. But I can pretty much guess. So, not rocket surgery. We're going to fry up these tortillas. That's the first step. We're going to put the beans on that, put the meat on that, put the cheese on that. Now the sauce. The sauce is the key. Remember on the top with the cheese and everything had the sauce and the big lumps of stuff in there? I've got a secret for that. It's not sitting here. You're going to stick around and find out. I'm going to save that to the end so you have to stay. Alright. Let's fry up the tortillas. Okay. The hot oil. Verify. Do you have one of these things? I went to this Home Depot. It was like 15 bucks, 10 bucks, something like that. It is fantastic. This thing is amazing. Oh, is that pan hot enough yet? Oh, I don't know. Let's find out. Huh. 228. Not hot enough yet. So you're going to fry these things off at about 350. So we're going to wait till those are ready to go, and then we'll do them. But if you don't have one of these in your kitchen, you're missing out. I'm telling you, they're pretty handy.
Now that the rant about the laser thermometer is over, let's get back to cooking. Now, we put our flour tortillas in the 350-degree oil. We've already docked them with a fork, which basically just entails just putting a bunch of holes in it to keep it from puffing up. It'll puff up a little bit, but we flip it over real fast. That way both sides get hard, and it helps minimize the bubble growth. So just keep pushing it down, kind of push your bubbles down a little bit. You're looking for this to get very, very crispy. So it's still pretty flexible, so this is not it. You might have to flip it back and forth a couple of times. But yeah, this has to be crispy or this doesn't turn out right. So if it's not crispy, if it's still flexible and still moving, keep cooking. And then just keep cooking until they're both done. That's it.
Okay, so pay no attention to that thing. It's only me here. I don't have a camera crew, so it's really tough to figure out how to set up camera angles. So anyways, this is, forgive me for that, trying something different, trying to get the production values a little better around here, not like it's made in my basement or something, because it's not the basement, it's just close. All right, so tortillas. Tortillas are incredibly important, obviously, because this thing's made on tortillas. I did 2 different kinds of tortillas to see on this. I haven't practiced this recipe in advance, so let me show you the 2 tortillas that I'm using here. Basically, I have Mission flour tortillas right here. Everybody has these in the grocery store. These, I'm not sure if everybody has these in the grocery store. These are kind of falling apart. This is the end of the bag. Let me zip that up. Okay, so Lala's tortillas. I love these things. They're amazing. They're awesome. It's a much thinner style. It's maybe more lard or something in there, so it has a little different style. Anyways, that's the kind here, and these cooked up beautifully. These are the ones. Look at this. These are definitely the ones. Doing it for the camera here. Ooh, that's the ones. The Mission tortillas, these are going to work great for making the Meximelt, but not so much for the pizza, I don't think. It's just a little too chewy and mealy. So, no, we're going to start with this and we're going to go with this. Okay, so what are the ingredients with this? Tortilla, beans, meat, cheese, sauce. Sounds like other things on their menu, doesn't it? But frying up the shells, that might be a different story. You know, they might not want to have the fryer in there. The beans, back when I worked there, we actually made the beans every day. I would come in early and I was the guy that made the beans. I would make the beans, I'd make the meat, clean up all that stuff, and then work the line and push everything out. It was lots of fun for a high school kid. I learned a lot. I don't like polyester, so. Anyways, beans. They're beans. They're hot. So don't start with cold beans. That would probably be a bad idea. we're gonna slather on our beans. If there's one thing I know about Taco Bell, is that they're not skimpy with the ingredients. So, it's already gonna be better. Okay, beans it is. Bean. Next thing, you have meat. We'll grab the meat here. Okay, so I have our meat sitting in the, it's a little happy. It's been sitting there a while. Anyways, okay, so we're gonna put our meat on here. This is made up pretty much the way they make their meat. Not exactly, but pretty close. Most of the stuff's done, I guess, factory stuff now is what I heard. I don't know. It used to be done in the stores, in the restaurants. And used to do that every day, many times a day. A giant, huge pot with, what, 10 pounds of meat, I think it was, something like that, and a rake, basically, and it was on an incline, and you, oh man, that was a fun job. That's a lot of work. But yeah, it's just basically a flavor package you poured into the thing and some water and all that and cooked it right up and drained the grease out and all that. That's basically the same thing, so there you go. Okay, so beans, meat, next tortilla. Okay, so the next thing that goes on this is the sauce. Now their enchilada sauce on this is unique to everything else. That's another reason why they probably got rid of this item. Because Taco Bell doesn't like things that only occur on one item that they're selling. That's why they have chips and everything now, apparently. Okay, so the sauce is pretty easy to make. So it is, and I will show you the secret here. Hold on one second, and it is a red enchilada sauce. Move this over here out of the way a little bit. It is a red enchilada sauce, enchilada. That's just a canned sauce, but it is Hatch red enchilada sauce. It's mild. And the other thing is chunky salsa. This is a La Victoria chunky salsa. You can use others. But this is how they make their sauce. So let me grab a bowl. So I forgot to do that and mix these two, because I'm not obviously going to make a giant batch of it. I'm making one pizza. So hold on. Okay, so I got the bowl. All right, so let's take a couple of scoops of salsa, a couple of scoops of enchilada sauce. Boom. Mix that around. Is that not, look at this. Is that not exactly their sauce? Come on. This is it, isn't it? Look at this. See? Look at that. It's incredible. Alright, so I'm making a mess, getting everything. I'm going to actually warm this up. I'm going to put it in the microwave real fast, because you never want to put cold things on something that's supposed to be hot. Now we have our enchilada sauce. We have this. And the next thing to go on is going to be a bunch of cheese, but let's get our sauce on here. Yeah. Yummers, right? Tell me that does not look exactly like their enchilada sauce. Tell me that's not exactly it. I guess it'd be their pizza sauce, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, looks just like it. Now the next thing is cheese. Lots and lots of cheese. Got my handy dandy cheese grater right here. Now they seem to like a lot of jack cheese on everything. And they get it in a huge block, and it goes in the machine and shreds it up. It goes into a bag. There you go. I do that. Okay, I'm going to use a lot more jack cheese when we do the Meximelt, so I made a lot more of that. They use a lot more jack than they do cheddar. So we're going to put this on here, Handful of the good stuff, huh? Handful of this stuff, huh? Starting to look like a pizza covered in cheese. Wow. Okay. This looks way better than theirs ever did. Okay, what did it have? It had tomatoes. Tomatoes probably went on afterwards, so they don't get all cooked and nasty. So I'm going to pull those back off, pretend like you never saw that. Fresh ingredients going after the cheese melts, because this is going in the oven for a couple of minutes, isn't it? Yes. Cheese not melted. Okay, let's do that. So I have a baking sheet here. Get this up. Oh, use that. Put this in the middle. Okay, this is going to go in the oven, 350 for a couple minutes, and basically we're just melting the cheese. So that's it. Heating the rest of it through. This will just take a minute. Let me throw it in now. While we're waiting for the pizza, let's make a Meximelt. You're gonna need tortillas. I'm gonna make 2 of these because they're good. I like them. All right, they're small too. These are the smaller tortillas, so they're gonna make a small little Meximelt. Remind you of a Meximelt? Of course it does. Okay, so what did a Meximelt have on it? Well, it has to have something to melt. It's jack cheese. It had a bunch of that, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Spread around real nice. There you go. It went crazy with the cheese because it's a Meximelt. It was a beef Meximelt. So, there's your, woo, that beef. I may have let this sit and cook a little bit while I was talking and forgot. Got a couple crispy bits. Don't hold this against me. It doesn't look too good. But, put a little beef on here. It's a lot more than they probably ever put on. Okay, so the only other ingredient that goes in this is Pico De Gallo, which was not one of their main items. So, might be why this went away. Plus, this has to be steamed, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Alright, so, Pico De Gallo. I made this fresh. I don't like store-bought Pico De Gallo. Pico De Gallo is very easy to make. It's onions, tomatoes, jalapenos, it's cilantro, it's lime juice. It's simple. It does not keep when you make it fresh. Oh, it does not keep. This is got what, a 48-hour window on it, tops. Okay, Pico. There you go. All right. So the other secret to this is you have to steam it. Coming up with a steamer is a little difficult to do, so I have a solution to that. Okay, as you can see here, I have a frying pan. I will switch to the other camera and show you this more closely.
So what I have here is a really large frying pan, a dish, kind of the small saucer dish thing, that is oven safe and all that, so it'll take a little bit of heat. And then I put 1.5 cups of water in it, and you have to have a lid. This lid doesn't fit quite as well as it used to, but it still works for this purpose. A domed lid like this works great because the steam will run down the sides and drip off the edges, not in the middle of your food. That's kind of important. Okay, so what we do is we place the beef Meximelt right in the center, put our lid back on. This is on a fairly low heat. You don't want the water boiling and splashing around. You're just trying to steam this. It doesn't take a lot. You can see the steam already building up. This is actual real time. I didn't speed that up. This is pretty much how the steamer works. So we've jumped ahead a little bit here. You can see the water's just barely dancing there. It's perfect. This is melted. It's still soft and wonderful. Remember, it's hot, so just pull your Meximelt and get the other one in the pan. Get the lid back on it. Get that one melted. You're ready to eat.
Alright, so this thing's done. It's out of the oven. It is nice and crispy. Wonderful, and the melty cheese Now we're going to put our fresh tomatoes on top. And I don't know if you're old enough to remember when they used to have green onions on it back before a salmonella outbreak or something like that they claimed it was. And so they omitted the green onions. I like the green onions, so I'm going to put them on there. And I like cilantro too. I'm going to add a little bit of that on there. Boom. Look at that. All right. Try and do this in a way that doesn't burn me. Be nice. Okay. Look at that. Okay, get that out of the way. That is a Mexican pizza. It just needs to get cut. You get the B shot from here. Okay, let's cut this thing quarters, as is the tradition. Boom, and look at that. Looks amazing. See, looks like a Meximelt to me, or a Mexican pizza. Sorry, looks like a Mexican pizza to me. It really does. I'm pretty excited. Can't wait to bite into this thing and find out exactly how yummy it is. So I have a plate here. I have my two Meximelts. I have pizza, which is sticking just like theirs would have. It's not going to come apart nicely. Okay, let's do a couple squares of pizza. And this. Okay, I think we're all dying to know what this tastes like, right? We're all dying to know how this tastes, so dig in. First of all, that sauce is perfect. Oh my God. Oh my God, that sauce is perfect. Tortilla is not quite as crunchy and crispy, probably because it hasn't sat around for a while. It's too fresh. But that is absolutely delicious. So you gotta make this. It's easy. I showed you how. So next time you want Taco Bell, make it yourself, because they don't do it anymore. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go away and eat some more of this. It's so good. All right. Thanks for joining me on this one. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Oh, let's not go quite yet. I have Meximelt here too, remember? Meximelt! Look at how melty and delicious and all of this. And oh, I gotta get a bite of that. Oh, it's leaking? Oh, yes. Are you kidding me? Oh. Yeah. That's good stuff. That's a Meximelt. It's absolutely a Meximelt. Oh, I love Meximelts. And I made that one at home. You can too. All right, see you. Bye.
Hey, you there. Yeah, I'm talking to you, buddy. Did you know that most of the people watching these videos are not subscribed to this channel? You know how much they're missing out on? You can't even hit the notification bell unless you're subscribed. That's crazy. You gotta hit the button. I mean, not that button. No, not that one. That one. There you go. That's the button. All right, hit the bell. Then you're gonna know when the videos come out and all that good stuff. You're gonna love it. But that's all I got for now because hey, gotta go now. Train's coming. See you later. Bye.